Hey guys, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft. Now since the last episode I've made myself an iron helmet, as you can see. That's why my face looks all strange and I kind of look like Bane from Batman. Now hopefully this should give me a lot better protection against skeletons and wither skeletons or javelin skeletons, because the piercing defense rating is a lot better than bronze. And I've made my way over here towards the area where I found the graphite a few episodes ago, and basically I'm just looking for some sulfur, which seems a real pain to find at the moment. I can't find it anywhere. I think I may have to go exploring some large caves and look for some big lava pits deep down underground. But anyway, I found something else quite cool over here. There's a cave not too far away from where I found the cows, and you may have to excuse the frame rates at the moment. It may be a little bit jumpy. I'm only getting like 20 FPS at the moment because there's so many huge mountains around. So yeah, I found the cows sort of over that area, and there's a cave which goes down underground here, and I found a bunch more graphite. Let's check it out. There's some graphite there. I got like 3 stacks of it because I'm going to need quite a lot to make the blast furnace, which is what we need to make steel stuff. So I'm going to need a lot of that. So I've been digging that out, and I also found some lapis lazuli when I was down there, which is pretty cool. I don't think that's really used for anything except making blue dye, but it's quite cool that we found it. And found something else new. So I haven't dug any of this up yet. We're going to dig it up on camera. So this stuff here, I thought it was copper, but it looks a little bit different to copper. The ore is kind of more streaky, the orange parts of the ore. And this is Sylvite. So pretty cool that I've never had this before, and this is basically a mineral which is fertilizer. We grind this down in the kern and it turns into fertilizer, which basically works exactly the same way as bone meal. So that was basically just in one of these stone things that you see popping out of the ground all the time. One of those things there. It was just in there, and if we use my prospector's pick, we can see that there's a very large sample in here somewhere. So I did a little bit of digging around here, and I think I found some. In fact, I know I found some. Where is it? It's just here. Hopefully this is the very large vein just here. So I'm going to harvest myself some of this. This will basically, well, I say it works like bone meal. It's basically the equivalent of bone meal. It won't insta-grow things like bone meal does, but it will replenish the nutrients of the fertilized soil that you're planting crops on, basically. So you may recall in previous episodes we were planting crops and each crop takes different nutrients. Well, the fertilizer will replenish those nutrients, so you don't have to worry about rotating crops or rotating the field that you plant stuff on. Hopefully we can find a decent amount of this down here. I think we'll get like 4 pieces of powder from each piece of ore, or from each piece basically. How many have we got so far? 11 pieces so far. That's not too bad. I'd like to get at least 16, I think. That would be nice. Hopefully there's a lot more than 16, but I'd like to get at least 16 for us to take back to the base, and 1 more. And I'll take this stuff back. I'll leave a torch here just to mark it, and I'll probably come back here in the future and harvest the rest of this stuff. So yeah, got some amazing scenery over here. I'm going to head back towards the base. We've got some graphite, some lapis, and some sylvite. And that's pretty much all that I can find around here. I couldn't find any sulfur at all. I haven't really gone deep enough to find some lava pits that will have sulfur, I don't think. So I'll keep searching for that in between episodes. But anyway, I'm going to head back to the base here. And we're going to grind up some graphite, make some fire bricks, hopefully. And also name the wolves, because I keep forgetting to do that. So yeah, guys, I'll be right back when I'm at the base. Okay, guys, so before we start making some stuff, I just want to show you what I meant about the armor ratings. So I made myself the iron helmet. If we pressed shift or hold shift, it will show us down the armor defensive ratings So pierced or piercing 800, slashing 800, and crush 528. So that's the defensive rating of it. If we check out the bismuth bronze, which is a lower level, that's 600 piercing, 400 slash, and 330 crush. So it is a lot better than the bismuth. And also, if we look at the chest plates between bismuth and black bronze, you'll notice that even different types of bronze have different ratings. So bismuth is better at deflecting piercing damage, whereas black bronze is better at deflecting slashing damage, which is pretty cool. And also iron and bismuth are going to be different as well. Bismuth 600 piercing, 400 slash, iron 800 and 800, so iron is quite a lot better. And obviously there's no like variants of iron, so it's just standard iron. You can't really pick and choose. So if I was doing basically with bronze, you can kind of choose which damage you take more of. So I would definitely go with bismuth because I take more damage from skeletons than anything, I'd say. Although spiders, but I can usually kill spiders easier than I can kill skeletons. So, I have got some more graphite in there. That's good to know. Okay, so I've been doing some grinding on the kern while I was waiting for morning to come. I've ground up some lapis into powder. We can use this to dye stuff. I've also ground up some kaolinite and some graphite. And I've also ground up some fertilizer. So we take the Sylvite, put it in the kern with a handstone, obviously, and we just grind that to make fertilizer. And we can use this to replenish the nutrients of our crops. Cool, I also found some lily pads on the way here. And I think I might actually make a little sugarcane farm around here somewhere, because at the moment I've only got just a bank with loads and loads of sugarcane lining the bank. And I'd like to get a proper farm going so that we can harvest it a little easier. So anyway, let's try out the fertilizer and I'll show you how it works before we name the doggy dogs. I'm going to need that hoe. So let's change modes to nutrients and see here that all the nutrients are full. We're going to have to use a piece of land which has already had crops growing on it. So let's just break a piece of jute, I guess. So this one's taken some of the middle nutrient, as you can see. Not all of it, but it's taken some of it. Let's use the fertilizer on this ground. You can see it used up one piece of fertilizer. And I don't see anything happening. Do you use any more? Can I click it on plants? It seems we can only... Ooh. Interesting. Ooh. It seems when we add the fertilizer, it adds this green bar to the bottom of the nutrients. That is really strange. So it didn't really... Let me plant something there. Okay, it didn't actually... Oh yeah, it did add it. There it goes. It's added the fertilizer block to it. Okay, so... I don't know, that may be derping out because I'm using shaders. I thought it was going to replenish the nutrients, but it seems like it adds like a buffer to it. That's pretty cool. So I'm only really going to use this on crops that are the most important to me. So like wheat or anything that I've only got a few pieces of. So if I found some onions or something which are really good for growing, I would use it on those. But I don't have any onions or anything. But it is back to springtime, so I've planted all my crops and stuff. Anyway, let's get down to some more business. Naming the wolves or the dogs. Now, I was supposed to do this in the last episode, but I completely forgot to pick any names. Today I have picked names, and yeah, there was so many suggestions, so many really, really good suggestions as well. Loads of names, loads and loads of names. We actually had quite a few suggestions for the same name, which was Rick, so I've gone with that as the first one. And I think we're going to name the green dog Rick. Yeah, let's call the green dog Rick. Yay! He's now Rick, and I think I'm going to dye the yellow one blue instead of yellow. Can I? Can I no do that? Can I put that? Aha! So we have to put the powder in our crafting table, much like we did with the malachite powder. And then we can use that as a dye. Cool, and this one I'm going to call Jimmy. As I said, I had tons and tons of names. It was really, really hard to pick one out, or pick two out. Rick I picked because there was loads and loads of suggestions, and Jimmy I picked because it kind of goes well with Rick, so Rick and Jimmy. But yeah, there was loads and loads of great names. It was really hard to pick. We have Rick and Jimmy as the winners, I guess you could say. But there's still an opportunity to name the female wolf. I'll do that in the next episode, so suggest your names in the comments section. And also the male horse. We've had a few suggestions for a name for the male horse, but none for the female wolf. So I'm still looking for some of those. Any of these fruit trees grown? No. Any of my animals escaping? No. Good. How are you doing, ladies? You still pregnant? Good stuff. Having a nice gossip? Good. Cool. So we're looking good. We're looking really, really good. As I said, suggest a name for the male horse and the female wolf. So, now, the next thing on the agenda, apart from making a sugarcane farm, I wanted to also make some fire bricks, which is one of the things we're going to need for the blast furnace, or the blast furnace structure. So to make fire bricks, basically, you need fire clay, which is what we made the crucible out of. So we need kaolinite powder and graphite powder, and also clay, which it seems I don't have any of. So I'm just going to run around here to my little patch of clay and dig some out. I can't actually believe that this patch of clay has lasted me this entire Let's Play as well. I think I have harvested some from elsewhere, but only little bits. So this patch of clay has pretty much lasted me the entire Let's Play. It's amazing. But I haven't really been using it too much, I guess. So, yeah, the blast furnace is really complicated. Well, it's not really complicated. It's really grindy, I'd say. You just need a lot of resources to actually make it. So, you're going to need some fire bricks, as I said here. The blast, like, there is a blast furnace block similar to how you have the, what's the iron thing? How can I not remember what that's called? Am I really that dumb? This thing. It's not the forge, it is the bloomery. Yeah, so similar to the bloomery block, this hatch thing, the blast furnace is an actual block, so you need a crucible and you surround that with 8 double sheets of iron, so that's 2 ingots for a sheet, so that would be 16, so 32 ingots just to make the blast furnace block. And then you need 12 sheets of iron and also 4 fire bricks, 4 blocks of fire bricks and 2 crucibles. So it's a lot of work, it is a lot of iron. I think it works out to something like 56 iron ingots, which is a lot. And that's a lot of work. But I'm going to be grinding in between episodes. I guess there's no real reason to be showing loads and loads of iron cooking on camera, to be honest. So I'll do that all in between episodes. Let's make some fire clay. So clay in the middle. Graphite, I think, goes on the inside. And kaolinite on the outside. And that gives us 16 fire clay. To make the fire bricks, we need 4 pieces of fire clay, just like that, in a 2x2 square, and that will give us 2 pieces, or 2 bricks. We also need to fire these in a pit kiln. I'm going to make a few more, because we'll need a lot. So 4 of these will make 1 block of fire bricks. We need at least 4 for the minimum structure of the blast furnace, and every level that you want to increase it, you'll need another 12 sheets of iron and another 4 fire brick blocks. Pretty insane. That's a lot of work. Okay, so let's take this out. And I guess I've only got space to fire 8 bricks at the moment, so we basically just fire them like we do tools in a pit kiln. So right click and place them on the ground, and then fill it up with straw and logs. And that should cook into actual bricks that then you can put in another 2x2 thing and make the blocks out of. I'm going to need some logs, and I'm also going to need to make a ton more charcoal if I want to get anywhere near making steel. So that's going to be a pain, but I'm going to do it in between episodes, I guess. Anyway, let's fire these babies up. And also, I know that we can make a flint and steel, or it says on the wiki that we can make a flint and steel, but I haven't actually seen gravel anywhere, so I don't know how to get flint. Something that, yeah, that was kind of confusing to me. It was like, oh, make a flint and steel, it's easier than a fire lighter. And then I was like, oh, that's a great idea. But how do I get flint? So, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have a nice little sleep and make a start on the sugarcane farm. It's basically just going to be like a checkerboard pattern with some lily pads. Pretty simple. And then we'll get back to making the fire bricks and all that good stuff. And possibly doing some fishing as well, because I know that we can make a fishing rod and do some fishing. So guys, when it's morning time, I will be right back. Okay, so I've been setting up this little sugarcane farm. This is basically all I'm doing. Just a nice checkerboard with dirt and then placing lily pads over the water so that we can walk in between and harvest the sugarcane. So I don't mind doing it like this, just having it lining the bank, but it doesn't look too great and kind of blocks your view of stuff. Like I can't really see whether my crops are grown from this angle. The sugarcane is just blocking everything. So I'm going to harvest all of this, and there's another reason for it. Also, I'm going to be making a load of bookshelves. If I can get the leather to actually make books, then I'll be making a load of bookshelves just for decorations in the house and stuff. It's pretty cool because obviously we can't make an enchanting table, so there's not really any use for bookshelves except for decoration at this point. Maybe they'll have a use for it once they implement some kind of alchemy, if they do it at all. But anyway, let's get these sugarcanes planted. So just plant them on the dirt of the checkerboard. I could have done this with sand. It doesn't really matter. Dirt or sand, sugarcane grows the same on both. That can go there and there. And cool, I'm going to need some more lily pads, so I might do some fishing and see if we can actually get lily pads from fishing. Not too sure if we can. I know we can in like 1.7. Not too sure if TerraFirmaCraft has got the same fishing mechanics as that though. I don't think so. Anyway, why did that pop off? Can you not grow on salt water? I don't know why that's salt water anyway. It was fresh water. It had a cattail and then it just turned into salt water randomly. Oh, there is gravel. There is gravel. It's underwater, isn't it? Okay, I can make a flint and steel. I'm such a derp. Sweet, I guess I'll just leave that like that because that's kind of ruined. Yeah, basically you can't place water. Some of you may be screaming at the television to just place some water there, but I can't place water until I've got red steel or blue steel, and then you can make buckets out of that, and that is the only bucket you can place water with, which is kind of a pain, and it's really hard. But that's the point of TerraFirmaCraft. It's supposed to be hard. So that's pretty much it. I've still got a lily pad actually. Let me just chuck that lily pad down and we can go and check if our fire bricks are done. It should be done by now. And I apologize for any background noise you might have heard from my noisy neighbors screaming, shouting and slamming doors. Anyway, let's go in here and Yes, they are done. So just break these. And we just put them in a 2x2 grid, just like we did to make... Hey, what? No? Oh, no, no, no. Of course we're not. We need mortar, don't we? Stupid. TerraFirmaCraft, you need mortar to make bricks. Right, let's... I think I'm all out of mortar, actually, so let's get some flux, some sand, and I have no room. Please get out of my inventory. Give me some water. So, we've gone over this before. Flux, bucket of water, and some sand that I didn't pick up will give us some mortar. Thank you. And then 5... Oh, I forgot we needed 5 fire bricks per brick. So there we go. That'll give us 2 fire brick blocks, actually. So it's not as bad as I thought it was. Cool. And you basically need those to make the blast furnace structure. Anyway, I'm going to put these away. I think I'll put the fire bricks in a completely separate location. No, I won't, because everything's full. So, next episode, I really need to start working on a storage room. I think that's actually going to be the first part of the house that I make, because that's really desperately needed. I'm running out of space very, very quickly. So yeah, I think that's actually going to be my main goal for the next episode, is getting started on that storage area, as well as possibly finding some sulfur, but that's a lot of work, a lot of searching, and yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me out, helps the channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.